Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is many a true nerd, and welcome back to Rome Total War, where you find Egypt on the ropes. We managed to successfully take Memphis last time, and indeed we are also looking to clean up the old rebellious Egyptian cities in the south of their heartlands as well. But more importantly, their pharaoh is cowering in Jerusalem because the unstoppable human whirlwind that is Julianus Vatinius has just gone from victory onto victory. He has picked up some reinforcements, he is ready to move on as well. And I've had a thought, ladies and gentlemen. So we do indeed have the problem right now that we have a decent army with the Pharaoh locked away in Jerusalem, together with a decent sized army outside. Both of them reasonable armies. And if I just attack this guy, then as a result of that, then the force of Jerusalem will come and reinforce, and that is a dangerously large force. So, Julianus Vatinius has a plan, because Julianus Vatinius knows he is not a one-man army. He understands the strength that his allies and his friends and his fellow Romans provide. So, I've got a plan here, which is, if I simply go around the side here and completely ignore this army, just literally walk around the side of it, and instead start besieging Jerusalem right here. So there we are, the settlement is now under siege, and we can just start building some rams. Lovely. Oppius Victor up here has a chance to shine as well, because now this army is stuck on its own. This army can't actually be reinforced from Jerusalem anymore. So, Oppius Victor, take your army outside of Sidon here, and just lower the tax rate, and they'll be 100% fine with even the tiniest garrison. Now, this force here versus that army is not necessarily the best combination, because there are some elite troops in here, but I think Oppius Victor can handle this. Julianus Vatinius has faith in his friends. This guy is also a famous orator. He is also a good commander. He can do this. So let's attack this guy now. Just march over to here. He's decided to back off. Now this is interesting. He's now backed off to the other side of the city, which now leaves us in a bit of an odd situation, which is, what's this force going to do next time? Because if this force moves around here to attack Julianus Vatinius, then that means that this force will be here as reinforcements during the battle. Right, that's going to be interesting. Meanwhile, up here, Spurius Scapula, our old friend, is just going to basically besiege out these guys, because while they're stuck in there, they can't get involved, which actually kind of works for me. And more good news, over in Tarsus, 2 more units of peasants are ready to be moved over for the Salamis shuffle, and once that is done, Salamis should be, yes indeed, Salamis is just over the threshold, and can become a governor's villa immediately, and also gain a high tax rate. That place will gain a port soon, and just in case you thought we didn't have enough troops, in come the flipping reinforcements. Marvellous. So we now have 3 almost full stack armies here. This is the old style troops, unfortunately, so yeah, as a result, these are not exactly the best troops in the world, but they will do a very, very solid job. In fact, actually, they're even worse than I thought, because these were the last remnants of the Marian reforms, so as a result, they weren't able to be retrained. So these guys are a little bit on the flimsy side, but maybe these will be just the guys we leave in the Middle East just to hold the situation. They will be useful for mopping up in either case. Arguably, in fact, I could just put them straight back on the boat, because, like, on the boat, I could just bring them around here, and they could help lock down, say, Siwa, which is pretty well defended, so it wouldn't hurt to have a new army over there. In fact, actually, that's almost certainly what I will do with them. That is actually a lot more sensible. And we've got ourselves a new rebel leader around here as well. Who are you, 28? Okay, not that bad for a 28-year-old. Are you willing to join my faction by any chance? Who exactly are you? 59,000. That is 2/3 of my entire treasury to acquire this guy. I know nothing about him. Done. Superior commander, good attacker, warbreaker, social drinker, bureaucrat, apparently loyal. Okay, that'll do. I'll gladly take that, that's fine. We'll get him straight over here towards Pergamum, and we will have the boats take him over to Greece, where he can just take a nice new position over and say, actually, you know what? We'll actually send him over to Tarentum or Croton. It would be nice for them to actually have an actual person managing them, because they haven't had that for quite a while. In fact, given the fact we've now got 3 full-stack armies here in Egypt, I have been starting to have a little think, which is the glorious new army that we're kind of bringing up to the Middle East. Is it really needed in the Middle East? Potentially, would it be better used just kind of more around here-ish? Just say, in a position where we can actually have it very close by in case there's any Romans we need to wage a civil war against any time soon. Not saying there will be, but if there were, then would they potentially be more useful here? And I think, yes, they would. So as a result, that army is going pretty much straight back to land over here. And I can just kind of, yeah, that can go on to land next time. We'll also have more flipping armies coming in soon. Greece is just continuing to just pile out the troops here. Greece is just the engine that produces all of our flipping troops. It's glorious. Oh yes, and don't forget to actually blockade the port of Jerusalem, because the Senate wanted me to do that for some reason. I am literally besieging the city at the same time, but the Senate wanted the port besieged, we besieged the port. We're good Romans, we do what the Senate says. The Scipiones, by the way, are kind of doubling down on Operation Bum Around in the middle of the desert. They do just have like a bunch of half and full stack armies just chilling out here, not really doing anything with them. Interestingly, not even attacking the Numidian town that's right there, which you would have thought they would do, because, you know, that's pretty much the only people that have a border with them that they're actually at war with. So, yeah, they just decided they can't be bothered. Which is fine, because that means I'll just take Siwa. So that's a-okay. Still, quite little turn next to last turn this time. I may as well end the turn here, and we'll see what, if anything, the Egyptians decide to do next. Nothing by the looks of it. No one's actually attacked us. The Spanish are coming in, probably wanting to make peace. That's fine, I'll accept that, then immediately break the terms of that later. Now, what are you guys doing over... Ooh. Okay, intriguing. There's a big... Okay, I can't get round to him, but if I were to chase off... I think I could chase you off, or possibly I could just force you to not be able to fight. But there's also a... Oh, flip, hang on. Right, there's a bit of a mess of Egyptians around here. Right, before we get into that, what's going on here? Parthia and Egypt... Which I believe the Parthians and the Egyptians decided they don't want to fight each other anymore because both of them are terrified of me. Faction announcements, anything interesting? Ooh, Lentulus Cicero, my little chickpea, has picked up a silk merchant. Very, very good indeed. And Periandrus has picked up another physician. I gave away his physician to a young kid. He's just gone and picked up another one. Beautiful. And Halicarnassus is ready to grow as well. Let's get on that. Fine, nothing major there. Path has been blocked. Admiral Gaius, why? What happened to you? You were supposed to... Why aren't you blockading Jerusalem? That was your one job. Oh, gosh darn it. I literally blockaded you and apparently you decided against it. Okay, fine, whatever. I'm up to... Ooh. I've only got 34,000 denarii. I'm actually a little bit on the poor side of the minute. I might not actually buy this guy because he might actually be a bit expensive. I've kind of spent all my money slightly too openly. Okay, right. Need to figure out how to sort this problem out, which is I need to drive this guy away from Jerusalem so Julianus Vatinius has a clean run at the city. Now, I think the way that we do that is, well, we could just literally buy this guy off, but I think we can probably... take him out. Okay, what we need to do is, let me think about this. You go over here and you chase that guy off. Okay. If I transfer Oppius Victor over to this army, I think he'd still have the movement points after that to, unless he can squeeze through here. Hang on, can you squeeze through here? It would appear you can. Yes, marvelous. So he can now just walk around the outside of that army. Right, he can now attack this guy, and this guy will possibly have to fight, because I'm not sure he's got anywhere to retreat to. No, he's going to retreat to... I don't know, somehow he's just going to retreat around the edge of, like, those rebels. So he's retreated way over there. Fine. I'd like you to attack these rebels if you can, because that'll get you out of this battle. So he will now fight those guys. They'll also back if no one wants to fight Oppius Victor. Alright, he's got a reputation, damn it. So he's now taking a step this direction, out of the immediate path of the city, which I believe now gives Julianus Vatinius... Oh... It doesn't matter. My spies, Julianus Vatinius' spies, have already infiltrated the settlement and opened the damn gates. Right, send some horse reinforcements, by the way. We just need a tiny bit more cavalry. Round the outside into that army. Beautiful. So now, let's have a look, see what's actually in Jerusalem, because we now actually have a clean run at the Pharaoh himself. This is actually going to be the second Pharaoh Julianus Vatinius has killed. The Egyptians just hand on the crown, and I knock it straight back off again. Right, what have we actually got here? Nothing too bad. Bunch of Egyptian chariots, and I still have some hoplites. That's good. Other than that, loads of desert axemen. 2 units of Pharaoh's bowmen. That is dangerous. How are you as a leader? Oh yeah, you're terrible. I remember, you are absolutely dreadful. You're just a little kid who's been just kind of brought up to the throne by the fact that literally everyone who ought to be on the throne is already dead. And this rebel army is just 1 unit of archers. Fine. So if I just move you over here ready to take these guys out, can you actually attack these guys? Yes. Yes, you can. Oppius Victor, you get to fight a battle here today as well. You know, the fact that I've sent Oppius Victor out with this army to take out a single unit of archers This is not going to improve Oppius Victor's mood about the fact that he feels slightly underutilized by the Empire, is it? No, I suspect it's not. And the battle just ended in a single little charge there. Dear oh dear. Right, and well done. Well done, Oppius Victor. We sent you out to take out this one unit of archers, and you did. You did it, and apparently you did it without taking a loss. So you know what? Pat on the back for you. You have earned your position as factioner.
This is a heroic victory, worthy of Roman arms.
Oh, that comes across as just horrendously patronising and sarcastic today, doesn't it? Right, before we get into that, make sure we put Thebes under siege. Lovely. Build ourselves a bunch of rams there. Get some more troops coming in as well. We've got some reinforcements, some newly trained legionaries here. As it turns out, what's actually here in Thebes is about 40% peasants by volume. This is not going to be as tough a fight as I thought it might be. Yes, indeed. 4 separate units of peasants and 3 of skirmishers. And interestingly, 2 rebel generals, but old-style generals, which is odd, but rebels sometimes act weirdly. Right, and I have indeed sent that large army round the corner to help with the taking of Siwa, and then that can basically be the garrison force that defends against anything that the actual Scipionists send against us if we end up in a war with them, which we probably will, to be honest. So that's Thebes now under siege. This whole area pretty much under control. A big army coming in to reinforce this area too, and they'll pretty much secure our southern frontier. And in fact, the only thing next to us will be 1 rebel settlement, Cyrene. We may go and take that in time, and then the Scipiones themselves, at which point, actually, yeah, when we've taken these areas, I'm not sure what the Scipiones are going to do next. Will they presumably turn their attention and all their might and fury against Tingi? I don't know. And also, where did that Numidian army go? I feel like it's just going to emerge out of the fog of war and just start basically besieging Cirta any second, which will be hilarious if it happens. Ooh, hang on. Parma's gone. Parma's become rebel. Oh, I didn't realise the Carthaginians were actually dead. Are they actually gone? I think the Carthaginians are gone. Oh, right. I thought they just, were living on that little island. I guess possibly their last family member must have died. They must not have had a family member over here in Parma. So that is now, unfortunately, a rebel town. That is now just Iberian rebels over in Parma. Oh, that's a shame. I genuinely didn't know the Carthaginians had been knocked out of the game, but apparently they have been. Yes, indeed, confirming that if you don't actually destroy something yourself, you don't get told about it. You just have to check the diplomacy scroll. And that means it's time for the big one. It's time for Julianus Vatinius to attack Jerusalem and add another dead pharaoh notched to his bedpost. So the force we're taking on here is, mainly desert bowmen. Not a huge amount of good stuff here. Only thing to watch out for is the Pharaoh's bowmen. If we can just take them out of the equation, then this should be fine. Yeah, other than that, slingers, basic bowmen. No Pharaoh's guards. Admittedly, no actual really flimsy phalanxes. The phalanxes that are there are actually Nile spearmen who will hold the line quite effectively. So, this is going to be a bit of a grinding fight, but if we can just get those Pharaoh's bowmen out of the way, we will have the indirect fire advantage. We already do because we've brought 4 units of Cretan archers to their 2 units of Pharaoh's bowmen. We'd only get fighting one-on-one with them because Pharaoh's bowmen have good armour on and Cretan archers are very unguarded, so you don't want to let them be under fire at all. I'd rather sacrifice some of my Roman cavalry to see if I can just knock some of those guys out. Right, let's do this. This is the end of yet another Pharaoh. Okay, so we are approaching from this side. Right, nice, easy run at the plaza. This is a good angle to approach from. It's a pretty basic wall, so no actual kind of wall fighting to be done here. And we also have a flipping ton of rams to make some further breaches, which is very, very welcome indeed. So we could probably make another breach over here. That will be a fine place for a breach, absolutely. And one more round here as well. We would like as many breach points as possible. And we'll also just put an extra one over there, fine. Just 3 will be okay. So start the battle, immediately pause. So now you go over to that wall, you over to this wall, and you over to this wall. And hopefully none of you should take any damage. Now, where are the Pharaoh's bowmen? Because they could do a little bit of damage, which could be a little bit on the annoying side. Those are basic bowmen, fine. And then there's the Pharaoh's bowmen, and there's the bowman right there. I could send in an attack straight in the front door just for the sake of distracting the bowmen, but there's desert axemen everywhere, which is a little bit on the annoying side. That's going to be difficult to deal with. There's the general. They're abandoning this flank. You know what? I think we should just take some... We should just accept some knocks here, because we're going to need to accept a few knocks. But if they've got anything left over here, they've got 1 unit of Nile spearmen, but if I bring my Cretan archers up to take a shot, then they'll probably be in range of the Pharaoh's bowmen. So it doesn't feel right now like they're actually doing much, to be honest. There's these bowmen here. There's these bowmen around here. There's these Pharaoh's bowmen. But by the time they've got themselves into position, they're kind of a bit late to take a pot shot at these guys. But potentially, actually, if I could just get my Cretans over to this sort of position... Yeah, actually, I think there's an opportunity here. Right, Cretans, get yourselves forward here into this sort of a position over here. If they can kind of move up to about here-ish, they can probably take some pot shots over here without being in range of any of the other archers in return. And don't forget to turn these guys onto fire at will. Once they've knocked down some stuff, I'd like them to toss in their peeler afterwards. So far, no one's actually taken a single arrow hit, which works for me. Now, let's just slowly start moving the Cretans forward. I suspect they'll be able to get a shot in at loads of desert axemen who are congregating around the front door. If we can, that'll work just perfectly for me. They should surely be in range soon. Come on, they must be nearly in range now. Just keep moving forward and stay out of the range of that. Maybe just a little bit more in this direction. A little bit more in this direction. I don't want to be in range of that tower. Watch that tower, damn it. That's got to be in range soon. Come on, guys. There we are. There we are. We've got something in range. I swear we've got a shot. Some of you have got a shot anyway. Yeah, take the shot if you've got it. Stop there. Take a shot. And what can you hit? Can you guys hit anything? Yep, there we are. They've got a shot at something good. What are they shooting at right now? They're hitting that. Oh, that unit of Nile Spearmen is being well knackered. Beautiful. And now they're going to be shot in the back. Lovely. Right, good. We do indeed have a good shot without taking any damage in return from there. That's good. That is really good. But it's a very precise shot. Very often they don't have a shot at anything. I need to move them just a tiny bit further forward. And the walls are starting to go down. I think that actually the Pharaoh's bowmen are actually taking a aggressive forward position there. Right, just move a little bit further forward, guys. A little bit further forward. These are... Yeah, those are Pharaoh's flipping bowmen. And they're still trying to take out the ram. It's a bit late for that, lads. Right, another breach goes in and that one's unguarded. Tossing the peeler at those guys. That will do a good amount of damage. Lovely. That is waste of Pharaoh's bowmen right there. Normal bowmen are coming in as well. At this point, the Cretans are... You guys got a shot at anything? Some of you have got a shot at something at least. Just keep moving just a bit further forward, please. This seems better. This seems like a better position right here. Guys, stop right there. No one's under fire. Right, no one's under fire. These guys are under fire. Who's under fire and what from? You're under fire from presumably, like, archers or whatever. Bowmen, get in there. Just get in there and deal with some flipping archers. Though, admittedly, there are... Oh, there's Egyptian chariots there. Okay, fine. You guys, just go in. You'd be the first guys in, alright? Because basically, these guys are just opening up a nice way forward for everything else. These guys, get in here. There's something over there that is... Oh, there's Pharaoh's bowmen. Go. Get after them. Get after them. You guys may as well get in as well, to be honest. These guys are really, really damaged. Just get in there and just start distracting them. At this point, we're just kind of testing the waters and we're going to see what's happening. We're doing a load of damage with our archers. Those guys have been chased off, but that's fine. All I want you to do is get over here and just break these guys, alright? Break these guys, and then once they're broken, just draw up a line right here. We should have another unit coming in soon. Where are you? Why are you not running? Get after those bowmen, damn it. Get on them. Now just take out these chariots. That's 100% fine. If you can, just draw up a... Yep, down and down. Just draw up a line here. Draw up a line right here. Do not pursue. Hold position. Now let my archers do the heavy lifting because they're still not under fire at the minute. Someone broke over there. That's to be expected, really. Actually, they kind of recovered quite nicely. Get back in there after the Pharaoh's bowmen because now you don't have the problem of the chariots anymore. We've already taken those guys out. You guys are taking on Pharaoh's bowmen over there, I think. But you... Oh, the flipping reinforcement cavalry came in. But the light cavalry, they shouldn't be able to do that well against you. After the initial charge, you should be able to hold against that, surely. Instantly, you guys actually firing. Oh, something is firing back at them. And it's... Wait, what is it? Oh, some chariots got outside. Fine. Just some chariots who managed to make it outside. Right, time to send in some reinforcements. Send some cavalry over there and some cavalry over here. We should have done a pretty good job clearing out the front door at the minute because, yeah, anything that comes this way is absolutely screwed. Now we just need to clean up what's left over here. It's a bit of a long, crunching fight, but these guys should do just fine hacking their way through Pharaoh's bowmen, and we've now got the reinforcement cavalry coming in from both sides. So as soon as you go in... Actually, why are you even going in that way? I feel like you shouldn't go in that way. I feel like you should just go in the front door and then work around the rear to them, but whatever. Right, you guys, just get in there, get in there, get in there. You guys are holding, right? Yeah, get over there. Come on, hurry it up. And in come the cavalry. Now, once you're taking on cavalry, these guys should start feeling very, very bad about life. Because they're not yet. They're unhappy about taking casualties, and they'll be unhappier still when the horses start pushing them forward. In you go. Stab them. And as soon as the pharaohs start getting weaker and we start taking on more of the bowmen, then things will be much worse for them as well. In come the cavalry on that flank as well. And that should be... Yeah, fine. Lovely. In comes some Nile spearmen. Okay, now we just finish off these guys nice and quickly. But I don't want to actually... If we could just finish them off to the last man, that'd be good. But I don't actually want to take these guys on if I can avoid it. I'd rather actually fall back into this position. Right, horses... Fall back outside the walls for a second. You guys, I would like you to fall back over here. These horses are taking a lot of damage, incidentally. Where are you taking damage from? What are you fighting? It doesn't look like you're really fighting anything. You're just like taking on normal bowmen. Just get in there, please. Pharaoh's bowmen have broken. Now just go for the normal bowmen instead. Finish them off. Surely now these guys are going to break immediately. Yep, those guys are broken immediately. Now, these horses can actually now ride these guys all down very, very nicely indeed. Anything that comes up this central plaza, my archers will just tear apart. Yep, fine. They will be absolutely torn apart. Bowmen over there. Keep sending more flipping guys to finish those guys off. Right, we've done a pretty good job entering the town at this point. Now there is just... Oh, yes. Huge piles of Egyptian corpses. Anything that comes this way gets screwed over. Lovely. And then these bowmen over here are about to be surrounded by heavy infantry and horses. They will break immediately. Oh, what's happening over there, by the way? I forgot about over here. Yes, that's right. We've got you ready to charge in to take on you. You're eager, but you're tired. So I want these guys to basically kind of be drawn into this. And then once they're past here, I'll just slam them in the side. Over here, we should be doing perfectly fine as well. More units trying to come in, but will be immediately hit by my archers. Lovely. Right, at this point, I think we're pretty safe just to actually move my archers further forward, which is lovely. And we can also bring up the reinforcements as well. You guys drop the ram. You two, let's just select you both. Yeah, you are now safe to come forward and just straight up walk into the town, I would say. So you guys now take up the forward position and bring the hoplites forward as well as the backup, just ready to actually, yeah, in the event that actual chariots come forward. I think they've still got chariots, right? Yes, they've still got at least one unit of chariots. I think it's just one, and the general. But we are now up to... What are we up to? 63% of enemy killed. And those guys are, I think, now actually engaged in the fight that I want them to be in. Hit them in the side, please. Now just straight into the rear. They should struggle. Don't break just this second. Get in the back, 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 get in the back. They are... It says they're eager. I don't believe they're eager. I think they're flipping surrounded. And now horses are pushing into their rear. They can't like that much. Yep, over to wavering. As I thought, this looks like it's working pretty well. And any minute now they'll break and we'll just wipe them out. Due credit to these Nile spearmen. Even though they are dropping this fast, and even though they are surrounded, they are still holding it together. Nile spearmen are a solid unit, damn it. Nope, there they go. They're finally flipping broken there. Right, so, what have we got around here? Barely anything there. One thing trying to guard the doors. Of course, all the doors are open to the spies. So they're trying to leave one thing at each of the doors. But what they're leaving at the doors is extremely badly damaged. Aside from one unit of chariots over on this side. Watch out for reinforcement chariots. Got it. I've decided to put my Cretans off fire at will for now, by the way. They're just wasting arrows on fairly soft targets at the minute. So I'm just going to send these cavalry to wipe up a few little bits and pieces. Okay, chariots to assassinate next. We've got some chariots right ahead of us there, and we indeed do already have some hoplites in play. Let's just move our hoplites up to the front, put them into phalanx, and then just lure these guys forwards. Here we go. Cretan archers are going to fire up at the chariots. The chariots are going to charge forward, hit the hoplites, and die immediately. We also have some Pharaoh's bowmen who have decided to come right up to the front here. And they actually just walked up to the phalanx, shot one of the guys, and one of the guys died. Beautiful. But in come the chariots, and this isn't going to go so well in a little bit. Why are you getting so flipping close? Why do you want to close with flipping hoplite? You know what? I'm not going to stop you. Hopefully the chariots will flipping push you right in. So, no, they've decided to hide inside a wall. There we go. And now they've made contact. And now they're going to want to get revenge for their dead guys, but it's not going to go very well. And they're also very bad at turning around, so even though they're trying to flee, they're kind of going the wrong way anyway. And in come more guys. I think that was actually 2 units, not 1 in fact. Yes. Right, next up, it's up to the legionaries. Oh, wait, no, never mind. The chariots have decided they want to come in for another go. Terrible, terrible idea, but I'm not going to stop them. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. In comes the charge. Didn't go well. Right, I feel like probably the standard legionaries can deal with what's on the plaza right now. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take these hoplites and I'm going to send them around the edge of the city to go and find the actual chariots around here. So we're just going to send them around here because, of course, once you're inside the city, when you've got the wooden walls, you're safe because they only shoot outwards, not inwards. So they're just going to slowly start making their way around here and they're going to go and find these guys. The Egyptians just pulled some slingers from somewhere, but it didn't really end well because they decided they wanted to take on my actual legionaries. I think they actually killed them without taking a loss. Conveniently, the chariots have actually tried to come to me. I think they've tried to engage in a flanking maneuver, but they've kind of flanked right into where my hoplites were. So that is unfortunate for them. Irritatingly though, while retreating, they're going to retreat actually through my Cretan archers, which is genuinely going to do quite a bit of damage to my Cretans, because these bastards do damage while they're retreating through a unit. Right, let's get the Pharaoh in here. Let's just fire on him with the Cretans and lead him straight into some early legionary cohorts with backup from Triarii. And bring in the Peeler as... No, that was the wrong target for the... Oh, God. Julianus Vatinius, you really need to be right on the front line, don't you? Otherwise they make all the stupid decisions. These guys are already wavering, which is hilarious. I'm just actually going to move these guys forward to actually get around the back of them, so when they do inevitably break, we're actually in a position to actually kind of encircle them a bit better. And now swing around the back of them, lovely. So now we've got them a bit better encircled. When these guys now inevitably break, we will be able to just... Yep! The king is fleeing, and a lot of his guys are going to go down immediately. That's nice. That is nice indeed. Guys, just no, stop. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still. Wait. Enemy king down to 27 men. 26, 25, 24. Going down very quickly. There are spearmen mixed in here, which is making a key difference. Together with some inexperienced but well-armed and armoured cohorts, and they can just chop through anything in front of them. It's moments like this, I just wish I had some war dogs with me. I would love to start feeding pharaohs to dogs, but no, instead we just feed them to Julianus Vatinius. Down to the last few now, and down the Egyptian king goes. And now we're just mopping up the final few. Charge onto the plaza. Take out these here chariots. Just 2 of them left. As soon as these guys are done. No, don't let them chase you into flipping phalanxes. That would be a terrible idea. There we are. Just 1 left now. 1 left now. Get him away from the flipping phalanxes. And charge into him. Finish him off. Come on. It's literally 1 of him versus all of you. But you can just see how well chariots do against these bastards. But get him down, and that should be... Come on! Just... You actually broke rather than doing that, didn't you? Well done! Well done. Somebody is not living up to the name of Julianus Vatinius, damn it. Right, onto the plaza, nice and spread out. We're going to have to surround this final phalanx to deal with them. Now, where are you guys going? I think you're going for this guy, right? Let's just start spreading them out. We can just encircle them. That'll be fine. Right, now... into the side of them with these troops. If they decide to try and turn around, charge in from the other side as well. Actually, no, that's still where they're facing. Just don't face that way. Instead, just actually bring in more and more troops, surround them more and more, slam them in the rear, whatever. They're still facing that way for whatever reason. Just keep moving away from wherever they're pointing their pointy things. Get in the back of them. Get in the side, get in the flanks, get in everything. Every direction. Charge them, get them down. They're wavering. There's not much they can really do. And we've pretty much broken their actual phalanx formation at this point. Now we just cut them down. Jerusalem is ours. Jerusalem falls into our hands. It took a little bit of work. We definitely took some casualties, but we definitely did a good job there. We definitely won fairly convincingly. I'm actually pretty happy with that battle. I'm happy with the strategy I used there. It worked out pretty nicely. And in we go. Julianus Vatinius goes in, obviously has to exterminate Jerusalem. And the Senate has probably called off the blockade port mission because Julianus Vatinius was just too bloody good for them. Marvellous. Now, Julianus Vatinius, surely you've actually gained a little bit more yet from doing that. Yes, he has gone up to vanquish. He's a true Roman. He's just picked up true Roman, which is another fantastic trait. That's a really, really damn good trait. He's gone straight up to Vanquisher. Oh, yes. Oh, beautiful. This is just wonderful. And now we can also do all those repairs that the Egyptians never flipping bothered with. And, of course, we can get rid of your horrible Temple of Horus immediately. And instead, what's your growth rate over here? Your growth rate is very, very high. Do I just want to do Juno, or would I actually like you to potentially be a training centre? No, I'm not sure there's much point in you being a training centre. We will give you... Actually, we could also make a load of money. There's probably pretty good trade going on around here. Oh, yes. Right, yes, there is indeed good trade going on here. We could just make you Mercury. I mean, look at all... Yeah, you know what? Sure. Jerusalem shall be a new grand trade hub. Marvellous. And indeed, the very moment we've done that, look, the little wagons are already on the road. They're already making their way towards trading with Alexandria, also in our hands. Many of them will be heading straight over to the port as well. And with that, well, the Egyptians aren't looking so hot, are they? All of a sudden, the Egyptians have, I think they've got literally just 2 cities left now. And when I say cities, they've got a town and a small town. They've got 1 army. You're the factioner, interestingly. Where's the Pharaoh? I mean, I assume he's actually literally in Petra all by himself without a single bodyguard. I mean, I guess he's got to be, right? Let's see if we can go and find the man. Yeah, there he is. There's our faction leader, 58 years old and pretty much useless in every way you can imagine. Right, let's head in here. Yes, indeed, he's in a town that's currently revolting, traders damage, barracks damage. He literally can't train troops if he wanted to because his barracks is damaged. He could train peasants, but he's not really got enough population. And he's a flaccid drunkard. And he's also travels around with a pet idiot and a drunken uncle. Oh, that's no good at all, really. Yes, you've got all of the bad traits. I can see why you were kind of last on the list to be emperor. That is very, very sad for you. Yeah, we are a little bit low on money, so I tell you what, if I don't actually want to buy you, then you get assassinated instead. There you go. We'll send some troops over to go and deal with you in time. Marvellous. So, the Egyptians down to 2 cities and 2 family members too. A completely useless pharaoh squatting in a crappy town in a little backwater that no one really cares about. And their 1 remaining army in the hands of Apries Philometor. And I think he will be going down very, very quickly indeed, I would say. Because, oh yes, very, very soon indeed, we will have more new armies just piling out of Jerusalem. Good old Julianus Vatinius. Look at him, he's 24. This, I don't think I've ever actually seen a better general than this. Like, I genuinely think I've never had, like, a better combination of superior, natural-born leader, understanding of strategy, bureaucrat, outstanding speaker. He's kind of good at getting the senatorial office, clean hands, vanquisher, true Roman, political animal. I don't think I've ever seen a general with a better combination of traits than this. This is spectacular. And better, by the way, we have actually just... Don't forget to actually drop those guys off next turn, by the way. We have actually, I believe, just completely, robbed the Egyptians of their access to the Mediterranean. So at this point, in fact... Yeah, aside from the Roman factions, the only people who have access to the sea is through 1 Spanish port and 2 Numidian ports. And then there's a rebel settlement there, and also there's the rebel settlement of Palma. But other than that, basically the entire Mediterranean... Oh, wait, no, sorry. Well, technically, this isn't the Mediterranean, but... Yeah, the guys up here, the Scythians, and through 1 port, the Armenians, could send ships out into the Mediterranean, but it's very unlikely they actually will do so. Their fleets, if they even have one, will probably stay localized up here. So yeah, the Romans pretty much control the entirety of the Mediterranean world, pretty much unopposed. We are doing very, very nicely indeed. So, next time, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have a plan for wiping out the Egyptians once and for all. And once that is done, well, then we start looking very closely at preparations for civil war, because we are up to being loved 9 9 out of 10 by the people. You are hugely popular with the plebs, a hero of Rome. You could float a trireme in the drinks that people offer to buy for you. And weirdly, the Senate actually doesn't mind me that much. Normally by this point, the Senate would really hate me, but majority within the Senate recognises your greatness, but are concerned by your motives. Outright hostility from the centres is muted, but always present thanks to your popularity with the common people. I would say we're doing pretty well, though. We've actually balanced the Senate versus the people really, really nicely. Normally, by now, the Senate would hate you a lot more because you're so much more powerful than your competitors who are supposed to be keeping you in check. So, next time, ladies and gentlemen, I would say the end of Egypt, if I feel like it, possibly just the end of flipping Dacia as well. Maybe I'll just roll over and smush them. Who knows? Oh, and we'll also keep an eye on the Germans. It's just going worse and worse for them. They've lost this territory to the Scythians. This territory is under siege, so I'm pretty sure they'll lose that to the Scythians. And so's this one. I'm not sure who's seen that. It might be the British or it might be the Scythians. But, yeah, in either case, that will leave the poor Germans only literally one territory up here. So we need to keep an eye on them because the Germans could be knocked out of the game very, very soon indeed. And I also can't help but notice there are British people and British armies floating around very, very close by to the Julii, and the Julii have got big armies still holding up here as well. Potentially we could be looking at a British-Roman war sooner rather than later, and that would be a lovely distraction for the Julii just before I stick the knife in the back. And I've got some plans for that we will start to discuss next time, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been on. This has been many a true nerd, and this has been the continuing adventures of Julianus Vatinius, the greatest Roman of all time. Thank you very much, and goodbye. And our guys go in, and I think we completely missed. We totally missed. And a double charge. Oh, that's what we needed to be seeing. Nice. Give them something to think about while they're going home, Balthazar. Got my timing just about right there. Stupid gits.